Want to create a banger YouTube video? This is how! Watch closely and don't miss a second, because this is how many creators such as this, and this have built up a huge audience with this trick. If you backtrack their progress, you'll understand that their growth was initiated from one viral video. But what's the secret recipe to make videos blow up? What's that secret sauce that those big YouTubers have and we don't? You might be thinking it's the well-written script, or maybe the expensive setup that they have, or maybe it's because of their perfectly formed team. It is obvious that they know something that we are not aware of. Even with all the resources, it's difficult to match their success if you don't know what I'm about to tell you. The good news for you is that I have cracked the code, and it's quite simple. If you want proof, here's this channel that I have been working on, which is very close to hitting that golden mark. And I have only been uploading for a very short time. Rather than going to a film school or using high-tech equipment, I'll walk you through 3 basic steps that'll help you achieve the same within a few days. So without further ado, let's start. The most valuable of any content is the script itself. But before you jump the gun, hear me out. Before you start writing a script, you'll have to make notes of what people actually want to see. The overall audience on YouTube is very large, and it has an audience for every kind of niche. So you have to decide what topic you'll be following to begin with. Trust me, a bad plan will ruin everything, because it'll hurt like hell after scripting, recording, editing, and publishing a high-quality video just to end up with 0 views. This has happened to every YouTuber out there. You take any big channel, for example, and you'll notice a significant downfall in a certain point of time of their career. It's not just about that. The simple fact why some videos fail is it's just not interesting enough. It might sound harsh and too straightforward, but that's the reality. You might be intrigued to follow your emotions to make videos, and that's completely viable, but it's not the way to gain stable and quick success in today's market. Look at this channel. It had substantial growth last year, but it soon fell off due to the lack of interesting topics. The target audience for these 2 videos are vastly different, and the latter one being a much smaller range. All of this starts with proper planning. Before you go to your PC or pick up your camera, you have to sit and plan the video. If you are looking to gain lots of views, you need to try to reach out to a larger audience. This is by far the biggest mistake I see creators making. They skip this crucial step and jump onto scripting, recording, or other stuff. So my suggestion is to invest most of your thinking. Your brain is your biggest friend. Give it time. Do some research and you'll come up with banger ideas for sure. Now, let's say you have an unfathomable good topic, but you also need to execute it perfectly as well. That's where the rest of my formula comes into play. So what do you think your next step is? Scripting? No! This will lead you to much more complications later on. This is what beginners do. They leave the thumbnail and title for later on and make them accordingly. But it messes up the flow. Huge creators like MrBeast or Mark Rober follow the ideology of making the thumbnail first and scripting the video to match the thumbnail. MrBeast has said that even in multiple interviews. He makes sure to keep an interesting thumbnail, and then he starts the video with a similar ambience. Now, how to title your video. Let's say your goal is to make a video of improving your lifestyle. An amateur will title their video like this, while a veteran will do something like this. Remember, it's the quality that matters, not the quantity. Same goes for the thumbnail. It should be a visual representation of what the viewer is expecting. If you want to verify if your thumbnail and title is good enough, I have a solution for that as well. I'll leave a link in the description. Just head over there and you'll be able to see how your thumbnail and title looks across all of the platforms. Now that we are done with the most basic part, we can dive into the actual content or script. Look carefully. This is the scripting formula that I use. I'll drop a link for this format as well, so enjoy it. If it's educational video ideas you seek, we need 3 things: action, feeling, and knowledge. The action is what they should be doing after watching your video. The feeling is their mood or how they feel about the topic while watching the video. And last, the knowledge is what they are actually learning throughout the entire video. For example, if I'm making a video on how to be fit, the action should be prioritizing your health or physique, The feeling would be inspired and confident about changing your regular life for the better, and the knowledge should be evidence-based information that's proven to help you achieve a fitter body. That includes stuff like eating healthy, avoiding fast food, types of exercises to do, etc. For an education video, every line should be traced back to these three things. If you're making an entertainment video, though, the formula is different. Videos such as pranks, vlogs, or films, they require a catchy plot, feeling, and a proper storyline. Let's imagine Mr. Beast making a video of himself making an Eiffel Tower with just Legos. The plot is whether he's capable of doing so or not. The feeling should be adventurous, anticipation, and creative. The storyline should be about the preparation, the origin, how it took place, and finally the result. Just for the record, Mr. Beast, if you're watching, I'll for sure watch this video. Next, one of the biggest tips of video making is the usage of hooks. So what are hooks? It is basically the drug element for every video. In some videos, you'll see people starting like, "Welcome back to our channel, make sure to hit subscribe and blah blah blah." Half your viewers are already bored and gone. The intro of a video is very crucial to gain retention. Don't waste this time on saying random things. Take a Mr. Beast video, for example. See how he screams or shows a great plot to hook the viewers. The thing that you should be doing at the first few seconds of your video is justifying your thumbnail and title. They clicked on your video for a reason. So for the first 10 seconds, work on making them believe that they were right to click. Now here I'm going to disclose a very important topic about video creation. It's called an open loop. To explain this simply, you need to make an interesting question rise in the mind of the audience and then answer the question via your video in the upcoming minutes. This process gives a huge dopamine boost to the viewers, making them hook it to the video. For example, Mr. Beast video. Jimmy creates an open loop by giving the contestants a challenge. This is a loop that the viewers expect to be closed throughout, the video making them stay the entire video. Now don't just use this once. Keep multiple open loops throughout your video and use this technique to achieve many view hours. Now just telling isn't enough. If you're faceless like me, make sure to use proper graphical illustrations to support your statements, as it affects both the senses of the viewer and keeps them engaged. Change between just text, visuals, or your mascot from time to time to keep a variety that the audience likes. It doesn't necessarily need to be fast-paced, as there are plenty of videos out there that are well thought out and slowly explained. If you don't believe me, just go to this guy's channel. He started uploading just a few months ago, and he's already at 2 million plus subscribers. And fun fact, he uses minimal editing. The goal of editing should be enhancement. If you think that the topic or the scripting at certain parts might be a bit boring, you can cover that up with good editing. Next is studying and improving for your next video. Here's a cheat sheet that I use to evaluate my growth or how my video has done. If my CTR is less than 8%, your topic was ass and you need a better thumbnail and title. If your retention is lower than 40%, then your video is boring or you haven't used enough hooks. Improve scripting and editing. If your video doesn't get enough likes or comments, then it's not engaging. You need to interact better with your audience. That's all you need to know before going to the whiteboard and throwing ideas onto it. Make sure to give it a thought. It's a marathon, not a 100-meter race. With that concluded, I take your leave. Peace out.